The power of gentleness in transforming lives. We gather today to explore a virtue that lies at the heart of Salesian spirituality, gentleness. Saint Francis de Sales, the doctor of love and the gentleman saint, understood the profound power of gentleness in transforming lives. He often used the image of honey to illustrate this virtue, reminding us that more flies are caught with a spoonful of honey than with 100 barrels of vinegar. In this video, we will delve into the depths of Salesian gentleness, exploring its meaning, its importance, and its transformative potential. Introduction to Salesian gentleness. Gentleness in the Salesian tradition is more than just a pleasant disposition. It is a strength of character rooted in love and humility. It is the ability to approach others with kindness, patience, and understanding, even in the face of provocation or disagreement. Saint Francis de Sales believed that gentleness is the intimate friend of charity and its inseparable companion. The original French word that Saint Francis de Sales used to describe gentleness is douceur, which encompasses sweetness, graciousness, meekness, and suavity. However, it's important to note that Salesian gentleness is not weakness. Rather, it is a strength that allows us to remain calm and composed, guided by reason and tranquility. The biblical basis of gentleness. Gentleness finds its roots in the Bible, where it is presented as a fruit of the Holy Spirit. St. Paul advises that correction should be done in a spirit of meekness. This biblical foundation highlights that gentleness is not merely a human virtue, but a divine gift that enables us to reflect God's love and compassion in our interactions with others. Gentleness as a core virtue. Saint Francis de Sales emphasized the importance of integrating virtues like simplicity, patience, gentleness, and humility into our daily life. These little virtues may seem insignificant, but they have the power to transform our hearts and the hearts of those around us. Gentleness is essential in pastoral ministry, motivating individuals to live a life based on love for God and neighbor. It is the key to transforming hearts and lives, and it can be a surprising strength in dialogue, helping one remain in control even when faced with insults or humiliation. Honey as a metaphor for gentleness. The image of honey appears frequently in the writings of Saint Francis de Sales as a metaphor for gentleness and devotion. Just as bees transform bitter juices into sweet honey, devotion can transform the bitterness of trials into sweetness. He also employs the honey image when speaking to the importance of collecting wisdom from multiple sources, like gathering honey from many flowers. Honeyed wine is symbolic of pacifying others. The sweetness of honey is more effective than the harshness of vinegar in winning hearts. Gentleness in practice. Saint Francis de Sales not only preached about gentleness, but also exemplified it in his own life. His gentle approach was instrumental in his success in reconverting Calvinists in the Chablais region. Here are some ways we can put gentleness into practice. In our speech, speak with affection, devotion, simplicity, and candor. Avoid harsh or critical language and instead use words that build up and encourage others. In our actions, treat others with courtesy, respect, and kindness. Be patient with their faults and weaknesses and seek to understand their perspectives. In our thoughts, cultivate a gentle attitude towards ourselves and others. Avoid dwelling on negative thoughts or emotions and instead focus on the good in every situation. St. Francis de Sales said, "Always be as gentle as you can." Gentleness towards others. Gentleness is especially important in our interactions with others. St. Francis de Sales developed his theology and spirituality of gentleness, beginning with a chapter dedicated to gentleness towards others. Gentleness is also about winning hearts and developing relationships through true friendship. Courtesy is a key component of gentleness. It wins everyone, seeks love rather than honor, and never hurts or affronts. Gentleness towards oneself. In addition to being gentle with others, St. Francis de Sales emphasized the importance of gentleness towards oneself. This means accepting our imperfections, forgiving our mistakes, and treating ourselves with the same kindness and compassion what we would offer to a dear friend. Gentleness toward ourselves makes us moderate in our emotions and feelings, regulating all violent, impetuous, and passionate thoughts. It helps us maintain peace within ourselves, which in turn allows us to maintain peace with others. The transformative power of gentleness. Gentleness has the power to transform not only individual lives but also entire communities. By creating an environment of peace, understanding, and mutual respect, gentleness fosters reconciliation, heals divisions, and promotes the common good. Gentleness wins hearts. A gentle and pleasant manner is attractive and wins people over. Gentleness helps to resolve conflicts. Yielding and humbling oneself is more effective than harshness and disputation. Gentleness is a countercultural orientation, identifying with Jesus and engaging the world with different life behavior. Gentleness and other virtues. Gentleness is closely connected to other virtues such as charity. Gentleness is the intimate friend of charity, flowing from a heart filled with love for God and neighbor. Humility. True humility recognizes our dependence on God and inspires us to treat others with gentleness and respect. Patience. Gentleness enables us to endure difficulties and frustrations with equanimity, trusting in God's plan. Obedience. Gentleness tempers obedience, making it less about rigid adherence to rules and more about loving submission to God's will. Simplicity. Practicing gentleness through simple actions is a Salesian principle. Challenges and relevance today. In today's world, where anger, division, and harshness often prevail, the virtue of gentleness is needed now more than ever. We are called to be agents of healing and reconciliation, offering a spoonful of honey to a world that is often drowning in vinegar. The relevance of gentleness is clear. It is more than just a virtue, it is a way to identify with Jesus. Specific qualities of gentleness include its ability to empower spiritually. Gentleness should be practiced in little everyday actions and ordinary life situations. To conclude, St. Francis de Sales invites us to cultivate gentleness in every aspect of our lives. By embracing this virtue, we can transform our relationships, our communities, and ourselves. Let us remember that gentleness is not weakness, but a strength born of love and humility. May we all strive to be like the bees, transforming the bitter experiences of life into the sweet honey of gentleness, offering a taste of God's love to all those we encounter. Let us go forth with a renewed commitment to gentleness, knowing that even a spoonful of honey can have a transformative impact on the world. Live Jesus.